Welcome. In this video, we're going to show how you can display some Snowflake data in a public website. So Snowflake is great, and it can be used to bring multiple data sources together. As you can see here, this is very typical. A company may have sales coming from websites or catalogs or store, and they may want to display the top sellers in their website. So for that purpose, I created this query over here, but it takes too long, so I'm using a smaller version of the database. And what this does is it basically brings up the top 10 selling products, and we're going to be displaying this data in the on our website. All right, so in order to accomplish that, let's go to our WebDigital website. We have a blank website here. Let's add a component. Let's call this top 10 products. And we're going to be editing this product. Let's add a little heading. Let's call this top 10 products. And let's center this. And let's add a little block where we're going to be displaying the products. And and let's just align do the styling for the root component, root element. So in this case, let's just set the width, and let's center it, and let's add a little border so that we can see where it is. All right, this is our user interface. All right, so now let's add the API. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna add a get API. So this will get the data from Snowflake. We need to use a library. So for that, we're gonna use this npm library, Snowflake Promise. It makes it easier to code. So let's add the dependency over here. All right. And so now we're going to be using this similar structure. So I'm just going to copy and paste this code from over here. All right. Let me just add this. All right. So yeah, you can see this is a very, very simple API. So we don't have any input parameters, but it does need to be async. And yeah, we're connecting to Snowflake, getting some data, and name the top 10 selling products, like the query that we saw before, and then we're returning the rows. And let's save this, and this is going to be our API. All right, so now we're going to be actually getting this data on mount and displaying it. So for that, let's add a class, and we're going to be adding a state. So let's call this product, and by default, we're going to have an empty state. And let's add a mount event, and this is going to be async. I'm just going to be copying and pasting this in the interest of time. So what we're doing here is we're calling the get API, getting the response. If there's an error, we show it. Otherwise, we set the products in the state. So pretty straightforward. Now, the next thing that we're going to be doing is adding a repeater so that we can actually show this, show these rows. So let's add it over here, and we're going to be adding the loop. So in this one, the loop variable is simply the state. State dot products. All right. And so this is going to be returning the products in the state, and we also want to be able to address them in the loop for the user interface. So for that one, loop record, let's call this a product. All right, so now we're going to be adding a dynamic text over here, and let's call this product name. All right, and we're going to be getting that. So here we're going to say this dot context dot product dot p name. So that's how it was coming. All right. In the same way, we're going to be adding more dynamic text for the other columns. Let's call this product brand. Um, and let's add its function. So for that one, it's very much like the name. We're just going to call this brand. And same way, let's add the sale count. So sale count. Um, and we're going to be adding that over here. In the same way, we're going to be calling this sale count. All right. All right. So now let's test it out. And the data comes over here. So that's great. So now let's try to style this component element a little bit, our repeater. So we're going to be using the grid layout. Let's add 3 columns. Yeah, so this is basically our component over here that we can display for top 10 products. So now let's try to use the component in our root component. We're going to come over here, and we're going to be adding the component here. And as you can see, the data is coming over. So now we're pretty much done. So now we just have to commit and publish. So let's call this Snowflake test. And we committed our changes. And now we can actually preview this in the front end. As you can see, it's coming. So now this is live. So you can actually put this on your website anywhere. That's about it. Thank you very much for watching.